Good morning, UBBOptionMillionaires.com. It is Monday, February 9, 2015. A quick market video here. Stock futures down almost 0.6%. We just hit our lows after the jobs report on Friday sent stocks up. They pulled back late into the session and have gapped down. Looking at lows right now, just bouncing off of them. Look from a long-term chart perspective, still in the mires of some sort of consolidation here and looking for a move up to record high stock prices. Over the next couple weeks, the dollar index is probably going to weigh on corporate earnings here going forward. You can see the move up, and it's actually inverse to what we see in oil. Crude oil was up here, US dollars here, and crude oil has been plunging. US dollar has been rising, although recently pulled back. We're getting some strength here this morning, which really is not coinciding with the move we're seeing. Crude oil futures are up almost 1.5%. This is something I'm probably going to want to buy some puts on via the USO for a pullback under 50, especially if we see continued dollar strength, which I think is pretty likely. I'll get into the USO chart in a minute, but this is Cisco reports earnings after the bell on Wednesday, and if you look at a 5-year chart, it can pull back even further. I brought this up many times on Option Millionaires, the fact that it couldn't bust above this $25 level, but you can see we're making higher lows, and finally we broke above it on the last earnings report, I believe. So I'm looking for a move up to the 2008 prices for Cisco. Let's look at USO, because this is something I've been watching for a while, and I'm looking for continued pullback here after the really sharp week-and-a-half bounce, and you can see the move up. I'm looking possibly if we get over 20 here, which we probably will this morning. I'm looking for a move back down. Under that level, I'll be buying some puts. We have a lot of earnings reports this week. Let's talk about last week's real quick. Disney, I was in the calls at 94 cents for the $92 strike. Those ended up going for over $10 each. And you can see the move up we had for the earnings report, just a spectacular move to record high stock prices. So that earnings report worked out well. Same with Twitter. Got to 38.50s for $1.89. You can see it broke above long-term trend line resistance. You can pull up a chart here, longer term. You can see I brought this chart up back at the start of the year when I said Twitter was one of those stocks that's going to break out in 2015. And boy, it's certainly on its way. We have also earning report from GoPro, which did not do so well. Initial reaction was to the upside and then fell. And if you look, just an elongated bear flag here, it's looks pretty weak. So I probably won't touch GoPro. I was right on it for about 3 days as the premium started to build. The stock rallied sharply on Thursday, so I sold half. I actually bought some $46 puts as a hedge. So all in all, the trade was a wash. But earnings trades are very difficult to get right. If you look at it from a chart perspective, yeah, it looked like a bearish move was coming. But if it went up, it looked like a bullish move was coming too. So we have earnings reports. Coca-Cola, Wall Street Journal out this morning talk about weakness. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they have earnings reports this week. You can see it's at support. Look for a break of that. We can get back down into the 80s for PepsiCo. We have also LifeLock reporting earnings come across. This looks kind of bearish to me. I don't know. Move down. A lot of people not expecting that kind of move. How about Baidu? Baidu's right at long-term trendline support. Earnings reports supposed to be this week. You can never 100% rely upon when they're going to report earnings, but it's at support here. So I like this. We get possibly a meaningful bounce up to 230 for Baidu. We have Zillow reporting earnings. It's rated at just about $100, also acting as long-term support resistance here. Are we going to see a sharp move to the upside, or are we going to get back down to 70? That's going to be something to watch. I might get a strangler straddle there. We have Kraft Foods reporting earnings. Look at this stock breaking out to new record highs, as there's just a lot of Kraft macaronis and cheese being served globally. Shutterfly reporting earnings as well. Do you look, this wedge, possible move to the top side here for Shutterfly. If it breaks above it, we'd be seeing a move back to the 2013 highs for Shutterfly. Let's do a couple more charts. QQQ. I was talking about this. A break above this long-term trend line resistance would bring on the new record high stock prices. Does not look like it's going to happen today, but I think it will at some point. Amazon just looks poised. If it can break above this trend line, look for a move to new highs that we haven't seen since the start of 2014. And then Home Depot. I'm in some puts here for a pullback. The chart does not look decidedly bearish, but we have seen it roll over in the past after sharp moves like we saw back in October, and even a couple dollars with the low volatility being priced into the stock. We see some nice gains. I got the 109s. I'm already in the money on them, just about. So, all right, UPB, I'll see you in the chat room. It's a short market video. Tomorrow we'll go over some more earnings trades. We have Cake, which is Cheesecake Factory. We have MetLife. We have Skechers. Tesla. How about Tesla? Tesla reports after the bell on Wednesday. So in tomorrow's video, I'll go over some of those names as well. Everyone have a great trading session. I'll see you in the chat room. Welcome to the second week of February. It's a Monday, and it's going to be lots of big moves here, as we saw last week with Twitter and GoPro. The earnings reports continue to trickle in. All right, UPB, goodbye.